Hi and welcome to What's in the Shop. Today we have a 2000 model year Honda CR125. We're going to be doing a restoration on it as a winter project. As you've seen in the intro, there's a few obvious issues. We're going to look the bike over, do a couple tests, and then do some disassembly, and we can get some parts on the way for it. Okay, the first thing I've noticed about this bike is there is a lot of slop in the swing arm and the linkage, so I'm a little worried about what that's going to mean. All we can do is get it apart. Hopefully the swing arm is good and we can just get a bearing kit for it. Now, I have not had this bike running yet. It's very cold. It's winter here. My shop's not usually heated, so I kind of don't fault the motorcycle for that. We're going to do some preliminary tests just to make sure everything looks good. So first we're going to do a spark check. And that looks good. That's all kinds of spark. Okay, the next test we're going to do is a compression test to see how the cylinder is. Remember to hold your throttle wide open while you kick it over. Okay, I've done the compression test twice now. The second time I'm almost at 150 pounds. So I'm pretty happy with that. Spec on a bike like this would be 140 to 190 at sea level. But considering I'm at 3,500 foot altitude, I don't see any reason why this bike won't run. The former owner did say he put a new piston in pretty recently. So I'm going to take his word on that. I'll probably put a carb rebuild kit in it, check the power valve and maybe check the reeds and just clean it up. Okay, so right off the bat, the first thing I noticed, both radiators are just trash. They're all twisted up. The louvers in front are broke. So I think I'll be making a visit to eBay for a set of GPI rads or something similar. OEM Honda rads, if you could even find one, it would just cost too much. The good news is none of the nuts in the tank are spun. That can happen a lot of times when guys get them cross-threaded. And then just keep jamming it in until the nut spins. This tank looks quite usable. Okay, so far so good. The subframe looks straight and intact. The Pro Circuit silencer is bent, but I think I can straighten that tab out in a vise. Doesn't look to me like the air filter's been done in a while. I'll have to clean it up and see if it can be reused or if I need to order a new one. Now one thing I did luck out on is a buddy of mine kind of runs a bit of a motorcycle salvage yard. And I remember 3 years ago seeing this pipe on the rack. And when I bought this bike, I thought I better go over and have a look. And sure enough, it's a mint original pipe. Not a mark on it other than some surface rust. It's marked 2001, but 2001 bikes were pretty much the same except for graphics. So that's a score. Okay, chain, I'm done asking. Shouldn't have argued with me. Done anyway. It's garbage. This can always be fun when you find out if that axle has been out at all in its life, or it's going to be seized in there. Hopefully we get lucky. Oh, we're going to get lucky. Not great, but at least it's out. You can tell right now these brake pads are way past spec because they're going to be hard to get off. See if we can back the piston up enough. I'm going to replace it anyway. There we go. Hopefully you can see this okay. There is a ton of slop in this linkage, mostly in that bottom dog bone. Fortunately you can't get linkage kits, but we'll see in a few minutes if it's salvageable or not. That's what's left of that bearing. It fought me for an hour. Well, as you can see, when you don't grease your swing arm bearings, bad things happen. So we're going to have to get both the swing arm kit and the linkage kit bearings. But for now, I think I've had enough for today. Thanks for watching. See you again.